I'm going to start talking about the differences and similarities of living in a cosmopolitan city and living in a small town. Living in a big city is a different experience than living in a town. There are advantages and disadvantages to living in these places. Obviously, starting from size, a town is not as big as a cosmopolitan city, and therefore a town is not as crowded as a city. The towns are not as noisy as the cities. The towns are quieter. The cities are more modern than the towns. You can find many buildings and large constructions, but in the towns you can find more nature, and that is why the towns are more colorful than the cities. In a city, the transport system is more efficient than in a town, although in a town the transport system is cheaper than in the city. Also, this is the reason why towns are not as polluted as cities. The environment is healthier than in the city. In the city, the food is more varied than in the town. You can find many types of restaurants that offer different types of food. However, the food of the city is not as delicious as that of a town. Normally, city people have many luxuries to live in, so it is more expensive to live in a big city than in a town. But the people who live in the city are not as friendly as the people who live in a town. There are also similarities. For example, living in a city is as interesting as living in a town. There are many festivities and touristic places to visit, and the weather in a city is as comfortable as in a town, although normally a town is colder than the city. In my opinion, living in a city is as good as living in a town. Each one is exciting in its own way.